Communities. Probably one of the questions that I get the most when I'm talking with seven-figure CEOs. If you're watching this video, then maybe you're on Facebook or you're on Circle or you're on some sort of platform and you would like to maybe move it to WordPress, or you're just looking like, what are your options? Today, we're going to talk about Fluent Communities versus BuddyBoss. I'm going to give you my take on working with BuddyBoss over the last 10 years or so. I think maybe they haven't been around totally for 10 years, but as long as they've been around, I've been working with them to some degree. And then a newer tool, which is called Fluent Communities, which we've just started working with. I think it came out about 8 months ago or so now, and I'm really, really liking it. Comparing out the two so that you can make the best decision for you and your business and things you're going to want to consider in that decision making process as well. So to start with, what is Fluent Communities and what is BuddyBoss? BuddyBoss right now, I would say, is the market leader in social communities on WordPress. It's also a dumpster fire. I said that. No, I don't. It's a dumpster fire. The code is very, very heavy. Think about it like it's like the cheeseburger versus the salad. And I think a lot about development thoughts of like when people develop these different tools and plugins, and they're very, very good marketers. When you read their sales pages and everything, they're very, very good marketers. I haven't found the back end experience of BuddyBoss to really match up with the sunshine rainbows version that they put on their sales pages. That said, a lot of our clients currently use it. At one point in time, it was our go-to theme that we recommend for all clients. We no longer recommend it for the specific reasons of their support is not very good. And I don't think it's because they're not trying. I think it's because it's a really hard to support tool. There's so much functionality within BuddyBoss. Now I'm talking about the theme. You can get just the BuddyBoss plugin. Most clients I come across don't generally do that. They usually get both the theme and the plugin all in one because just getting the plugin actually is a bit weird. Even so, like what I'm talking about still applies to both. And there's just a lot of edge case problems with it. And so it makes it really difficult for their support to really be able to handle them because it's like there's not really a clear pattern. So really they're just trying to close our support tickets. And we ended up having to just make a lot of workaround plugins and workaround code to be able to make the thing work. For instance, we were working with it and every time you would go to post a comment, you can do an @ but because this particular site had upwards of 10,000 members, it was taking the site down when that would happen. And that's not really an edge case so much as just reaching that glass ceiling with the tool, but they didn't have a lot of space or time to like actually solve that problem with us. And then I think there's some underlying code issues in their actual code itself that really don't allow for that level of scaling. And, hindsight is interesting. And it's why a lot of the times the first person to market with a software tool with a concept is not usually the best because there's other forks that come after that will build on what that company has done and say, okay, well, hey, how can we make this better going forward? And I think that's what happened with BuddyBoss. It was one of the first. I wouldn't say it's the first community plugin out there. There's lots of community plugins. I think it's the first one to do it really well. And I've been looking for another option for quite a while because my job at Business Tech Ninjas is to find the best tools for the job for our customers to make sure that they're using the best in class technology to deliver excellence to their customers and to make a higher level of ease of use and ultimately drive down costs and drive up revenue is what it comes down to. And I've been looking for a new one for quite a while, and I've tested many. Haven't been totally in love with any of them, but then we had Fluent Communities that came out. And Fluent Communities, I was probably in their early adopters of like when it first came out. They have a couple other tools that I'm a big fan of. They have the FluentCRM, FluentSupport as well, and like there's a whole like ecosystem. Now, I'm always like a little hesitant on these ecosystems because they do tend to be very like use our tool and nothing else is okay. I haven't found that to be the case with the Fluent community, not community plugin itself, but just like overall all their tools that they have. And they're really well thought out and well coded from what I've seen. There certainly is a glass ceiling on any tool that you're going to use, including communities, which we haven't reached as of yet. We have customers that have 10,000 people in their communities, but it also just depends on concurrent users too, of how many people are accessing it at any given time. So even if you have 10,000 people in your database, are those 10,000 people all accessing the community at the same time? Because it's two very different things. If you have 10,000, you can have 100,000 people in your database and 10,000 accessing it all at the same time. You got to have some really powerful servers to be able to handle that. Anyways, I digress. Back to Fluent Communities. I will show you, just because, show and tell, right? The back end. Now, I'll show you, I'll go over what this is in just a moment. This is just like the Fluent Communities demo that I'm on right now. And it's kind of very Facebook-esque, very similar to Reddit as well. It's just real simple. Whereas BuddyBoss, and I'll just go on their site because I can't take you into one of our client sites, and I don't have my community running on it. And I'm trying to see if I can find like just a screenshot of this. Let's go web. They do have the app functionality too, but we've done the app for quite a few clients. Again, it kind of just falls flat. There's a reason why apps are hard. And I think everybody wants an app. And the other thing that I realized is that a lot of the time people say that they want an app. Like, I say I want to lose weight, but do I really want to give up cheeseburgers and wine? So, and I think a lot about like the Henry Ford comment of if I'd asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. And a lot of customers were like, you need an app. But it's like, what do they really want? They want ease of use. They want to be notified. And there's lots of different ways to do that. So as compared to BuddyBoss communities, it's just chaotic. And in theory, it's nice, but we've implemented this for dozens and dozens of clients now. And it's not clear when you come here what you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to go. So a lot of what we've had to do is just pare this down and like get rid of this sidebar ideally. Sometimes we keep the right sidebar, but a lot of the times we don't, just because it's just a high level of overwhelm. And like there's so many different menu options. You got menus over here, and you can remove these on BuddyBoss. But like even just editing like this menu right here, to edit this menu is custom code. Like you can't just go in the WordPress menu editor and edit this. You can on this one, and this one, but not on this one over here. I have to get my developer to go in and do that. There's just like things that I just think are harder than really what they need to be here. Now, if you take that back to build your dream community, well, like I said, great marketers. Love to talk to their marketing team. With Fluent Communities, it's just a lot simpler. And they're building out new features really quickly. I don't love everything about it. One of the things I don't love about it is that in the back end, when you're editing it, it doesn't use the default like WordPress interface. Like it's its own, almost like a platform within WordPress to some degree. So the integrations that it would need to be custom built. They're not just like out of the box. And if that doesn't make sense, comment below and I'll try to explain it a little bit more, like a little bit better, but I don't want this video to go too long for you. I like that you can have multiple different communities. We use Keep. We also use ActiveCampaign and HubSpot, as well as GoHighLevel. And you can use a webhook to add people to your communities too, which is quite nice, which is very versatile. And you can have different discussions. There's an overall feed of all of the communities that you're involved with here, trending posts. And then you have like smaller sub-communities. You can put links on here. We're still getting into like how much do we want to customize this down the road, but we haven't really had any really big deal breakers with this. You have like the spaces. So the spaces are these ones over here. So like they call them product discussions. And this is all editable like right out of the box by anyone with a little bit of common sense can go in and pretty much set this up if they have the time and desire and a little bit of technical aptitude, don't get me wrong. And it looks like I could join more of them, or this one I am. So I'm already a part of this. It's weird that it says join. You can see all of the different members. You can also remove any of these if you want to. There's a leaderboard functionality. This is all customizable too, like quite easily out of the box customizable. Roadmaps is really cool. So they are a plugin development company, and I think this links out to something else. They're actually using this to say, okay, like, hey, we're going to manage our product development through this. And you could also do this for your own stuff too, to be able to, and I think this is actually a different, this is a different tool. It's like Fluent Boards or something. I don't think that this is directly part of Fluent Community, but it might be. I'm not entirely sure, but I think this is just really cool what they've done here. It's simple, it's easy, planned launch. It makes it really clear of like what is coming up. One of the challenges that you have in any business, especially like membership sites, is people always have ideas and you want to give them a spot to be able to like talk about those ideas. And this is a really good way to do that. And you can like submit an idea here, which is great. And then I have alerts and different things. You can offer messaging on here. I don't love offering messaging between members just because in practice, when we've had this happen within the sites that we manage, you can get abuse. Sometimes people will try to solicit your customers. You just have to be careful with it and just to know, okay, what community standards are you going to put in place? Like, is it a big enough risk? I don't know. It depends on the business and kind of like what you're looking for, but definitely to put some parameters in place of like, hey, this is how we expect you to use this. Now, the thing I wanted to show you here is this lovely digest. And the weekly digest is something we've never been able to do with BuddyBoss. It is something that we've had requested an awful lot of times and was actually a request from a client, but we're like, hey, like, I don't think Fluent Communities is ever going to be able to do that. And then they released it like the next week, and I was like, "This is amazing! Oh my gosh, I'm blown away!" And I have seen a really consistent development with their tool, which gives me faith that they're going to continue to develop upon it. Their support's been pretty good too. We've had some questions of just like how things work, what can we do here? They've been very responsive and like actually trying to help us with the problem, where it feels like they're in the arena with us, like, hey, like, okay, yeah, we want this product to be good and we want it to be good for you. So I have a lot of faith that this tool is going to continue to evolve over time. And the setup of it is far simpler. Like we charge $500 to do a base level setup and it's up and running. You can install the plugin, go in and do it yourself as well. There is some nuance to it, but like, you know, if you've got the desire, you can go in and do it yourself. We will do it, set it up, and then also do like a coaching call to walk you through what the next steps are and also walk you through what the launch process would be to your customers too. But like, you know, I got mine set up in like an hour or something. You know, it wasn't perfect. There were still tweaks. There's still things I wanted to do with it, but like it was functional within an hour. Whereas BuddyBoss, like if you want to launch that, if you want to launch a BuddyBoss community, like you're not going to get it done in an hour. Let's just put it that way. I would say, you know, it is a whole theme as well. So you're kind of redoing your whole theme at the same time. And I just find it to be overblown. It's too much from what most sites would need. Whereas this, it's simple, it's easy. People can tag each other. You can put comments. You can put GIFs in here. I think you can actually upload videos too. It's a video embed, which is nice, but like that was challenging at some point in time within BuddyBoss. I think we wanted people to be able to upload their own videos, which, you know, word of caution, probably just don't allow that unless you really know somebody that's doing what no one knows what they're doing. I don't even know what this. Oh, you can do a poll. That's kind of cool. So there's just like cool features you can do right off the box of right out of the box with this. Like there's some great emojis right off the bat. You can have it's got a GIF integration. You do need to set up the API with that as well, but overall, I'm really, really happy with Fluent Communities. I highly recommend it. You know, and if you need some help with it, we're happy to help at Business Tech Ninjas. BuddyBoss, I would not recommend at this point in time. We again have many clients that are on it. We did recommend it as at the time, that was the best option. but getting to know it and using it over the past years, I would not recommend it to a client coming in at this point in time. Sometimes clients do come in, they're like really hot on it. I'm like, okay, hey, this is what you need to know about it. Just making sure. As new information comes up about tools and technology, we never want to just rest on our laurels of like, well, this is what we've used forever, so this is what we're going to use now too. It's like, no, like technology and the rate of implementation and what's coming up is moving so quickly, and you really want to know that you're using the best tools because this is a cost functionality. The amount of time you and your team has to spend supporting your technology is a cost that comes back to you. And that's why we really want to use best in class tools, because I can get rid of BuddyBoss and get rid of a lot of our troubleshooting problems. With Fluent Community, we just don't have issues. We don't have things that come up. It runs, it works, we continue to improve upon it, and it continues to release new features that we're in love with. I don't know the last time that BuddyBoss released a new feature that I'm in love with. I do remember that they did a recent launch for a new functionality or a new thing that they want to do, that they want to sell. And to me, that's a company that really is focused on getting more revenue, not necessarily on delivering great value back to their customers. Where I think at this point in time, as of September 2025, that I'm seeing that with Fluent Community, that they really are invested in delivering a solid product, which to me is long-term success versus short-term success. So subscribe for more on how to reduce costs, increase revenue through human-first tech implementation. And I'm Melodie Moore. And if you do need any help with this, happy to help in the comments, and we'll see you next time.